Monday, day 3 of the Blackathon YouTube challenges, and I've still got hat hair. Not a lot of hats that will let the fro grow properly. Um, so today's challenge is to share Afrocentric meal, or either you make it, I guess, like, or homemade, or from a local black business. And I just showed you, we went with the African diasporic Caribbean type meal because that's what we're working with here. This is actually leftovers from yesterday. My dad had decided last week for Valentine's Day he wanted to make us all oxtails and coconut rice and cabbage, and so he did. And this is the last of it. The oxtails and the coconut rice are kind of Jamaican style. I'm not Jamaican in any way, shape, or form that I'm aware of. But we do eat Caribbean food in this house because we're other things. So that is my meal for the evening. It was delicious yesterday and I expect it to be delicious tonight. I didn't make it because I didn't feel like it. My dad decided he wanted to do that. And so he did. And I'm gonna enjoy it. I'll come back with a reading update later. Alright, so I'm gonna make this quick. If you hear noises in the background, it's because my mom is practicing her violin right now. My parents made this pact between each other. My dad has a guitar from like 2 or 3 years ago that he hasn't tried playing yet, and my mom got a violin 2019 that she's barely practiced on. So this week is the week they decided they're gonna practice, and they're practicing now. I am trying to do this whole go to bed by 10 thing, which I used to do when I worked for others. It's already 11:08 p.m. But reading update. Yesterday, Sunday, I didn't really read. I read only fan fiction, so nothing on my TBR. Saturday, I got to about page 70, or no, 50 of the lesson, and then I kind of skimmed ahead and not very far, like a couple of pages, and then I was put off by what I was reading, and yeah, but today I went back, I picked it up, and I'm like, okay, it's not what I thought, so keep going. I made it up to page 70 this morning. I'm gonna read until I'm like falling out. I'm wearing my Valentine's Day sweater today instead of yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't get dressed. I just had on my robe, which has hearts on it anyway. But yeah, so that's my update. I've just watched the first 2 daily vlogs by Starla Reads. I'm currently watching Bow Ties and Books vlog for the first 2 days of Blackathon. Jesse. And I'll watch that, read some more of the lesson, and fall asleep. I started editing a video, my January wrap up, and yeah, it didn't go well. But yeah, so And I need to correct myself from earlier. Like the oxtails and coconut rice and beans, we didn't have beans because I don't like beans personally. That's a weird ass thing of mine. I just don't. It's texture. But anyway, so rice and the oxtails and the um, cabbage are not just Jamaican. They're Caribbean. Um, I just personally associate coconut rice and beans with Jamaican food, but I know they're not the only Caribbean people to eat that. So, yeah, I just wanted to clarify for those who may not know and misinterpret what I said earlier. But yeah, so it was delicious. I loved it. I don't have recipes for y'all. Just go try it. Try it from your local Caribbean restaurants. It's pretty standard fare. Oxtails are expensive, and it's oxtails, so you don't get a lot. Um, so they do run out pretty early of oxtails, but yeah, it's pretty standard. It's just not something we have often here. So yeah, good night. Hey guys, it is a few minutes after midnight, um, Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning, and I have just finished, just before midnight, before I set all this up, uh, the lesson by Cadwell Turnbull, and this is, like I said before, the group read for Team Science Fiction and Fantasy in Blackathon, readathon this month. So, if nothing else, I've read the group book. This was a surprise at many turns. I don't really do sci-fi. I read my first sci-fi a couple of months ago, and that was a YA, very fantasy-like sci-fi. Like, it was a space opera and everything. This is more like, and this is not official terminology at all, but more like contemporary sci-fi or literary sci-fi. More leaning on the modern day things, um, with just a little bit of science fiction going on. I like this. There were several points where I wasn't sure, where I was swinging back and forth, like, I don't know if I really want to finish this. But I read the majority of this today, and like forcing myself to go through it. Um, and then once we got to like the last 100 pages, I sped through that in the last hour. So Not bad. Very happy to have read this. I'm probably gonna give this a 4 star at minimum, 3.5 stars. So what is this about, Lashette? Basically the Enoch, this alien race, comes and invades or arrives, depending on who you talk to, into Earth, and they decide to make camp, so to speak, over the U.S. Virgin Islands, specifically Water Island. They don't tell people really what they're here for, like the human race. They're just like, oh, we want to do some research, and we think your planet has something that will be helpful for us. In return, we're staying here, and we'll give you science that will help with healing your people, like medicine from illnesses that you've struggled with, such as cancer, for example, and technology in general to help you with things like energy and other stuff. But well, that's the other thing. This is taking place all on Water Island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, this is, excuse me, my first real Caribbean, especially Afro-Caribbean, book. And we start out with before the aliens arrive, and then the story continues with the aftermath. And as aliens do, they cause a ruckus. There's an uproar. There's a disturbance in the forest. People don't know what to do. They don't know what to think or whatever, how to feel. Everybody has a difference of opinion. And yeah, they seem very benevolent. They look like humans, but they don't really move like humans, and obviously they don't think and act like humans. They're very strong, and in some cases very violent, and not subject to the laws of human beings. So one of the Enoch kills a young man, and that sets off like a whole year of will they, won't they, in various ways. So the focus, the characters of this book, we follow several characters that are kind of connected. Some are family members, some are friends of that family, and that 6 degrees of separation. And we also follow one of the Enoch, who is the ambassador to the human race. And we go back and forth in time and perspectives. There are times where this is focused on like everyday human drama, I call it, in that sort of negative tone. And in those parts, I was just like, is this really gonna do this? Because this is why I tend to not enjoy literary fiction. But then the sci-fi alien stuff comes back in, and it's just like, okay. And I'm like, I'm here for that. Um, so I think it's a really good speculative fiction where if aliens came to our planet, you know, and decided to inhabit a Caribbean island where the people, for the most part, are not uh are middle class or lower, I should say, and they're going about their daily lives and how this would affect the various daily lives. Um, there is some graphic violence in this, and I guess for me, I really wish people would put content or warnings for slavery. I have realized in the last year or so that that really bothers me. So That's my main warning. There's like graphic violence. People's heads get cut off, arms get pulled off, that kind of thing. There's trigger warnings for seizures towards the end of this. Um and yeah, I there are some parts where it went randomly very scientific. I would say this is like soft sci-fi. It's not, very specific, but then you get random moments that are not always alien focused exactly, where we're getting detailed things about the science of stuff. Um, I think the worst moment was when Mara, the ambassador, goes into details about the reefs, and I was just like, "Am I supposed to know what this means? Because I don't know what this means." So yeah, but it's just some very interesting reading that I appreciate having read. Now, the other thing is, I, the morning today, I wasn't as productive as I wanted to be, and something threw me off this morning. Um, so then I just wasn't productive. At one point, I went down the rabbit hole on social media for several hours and then realized I'm like, shit. So, you saw me, and it's now done. Not editing, but my video that I edited this evening export. And it literally just finished now, so I'm going to upload it to YouTube. That is my January wrap-up video, which will be live by the time you see this. And I forgot about today's YouTube challenge, so let me put this. Take Black History and Lit Quiz. So I checked online things already. Here we go. Black author trivia is what I'm starting with. It's a Google Forms. Okay, so let me back up a bit. What is Toni Morrison's first novel? I have no idea. I know all of these, but I don't know which one was first. Beloved? Oh, this is gonna be horrible. Which Kenyan author became the first African woman to receive a Nobel Peace Prize? I don't know. Mm, I Yvonne Diambo, or, and I'm probably pronouncing that improperly, who is the best-selling Black author? James Baldwin, Oprah Winfrey, Angie Thomas, or Zane? That's really hard. The best-selling? Uh, uh, uh James Baldwin or Zane? I'm gonna go with James Baldwin. More books, more bestsellers. Michael B. Jordan acquired the rights to adapt which book? I think Black Leopard, Red Wolf. Who is the only novelist to win a Hugo Award 3 years in a row? N.K. Jemisin. Which actor authored a graphic novel? Jaden Smith, Zoe Kravitz, Donald Glover, Amanda Sternberg. I don't know who that person is. I'm gonna say Donald Glover. I know it was Jaden Smith, but who knows? God, I'm going to fail this test so badly. What was the father's name in Chinue Achebe's infamous novel Things Fall Apart? I have not actually read this. um, I think Okonkwo is the main character, but I don't know anything else. Let's let's go with this. Author Francois Clemens, Jesus, is best known as the first black man to score a role on a recurring children's sitcom. Which show is it? Francois Clemens, Punky Brewster, The Brady Bunch, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers. I don't remember a black man on Punky Brewster, but I barely remember Punky Brewster. The Brady Bunch, I don't remember any black people on there. Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers. I don't know which one is older. That's how I would go with. I'm gonna say Sesame Street because I think the that guy, assuming it's Francois Clemens, was there from the beginning of Sesame Street. I cannot be sure about the people on Mr. Rogers. Which country did best-selling author Tomi Adeyemi study in? Eh? This is a wild guess. Which 2021 release features an African tightrope walker, secret societies, and a gladiatorial tournament? 2021. I have no idea. The Bones of Ruin, The Last Line, Blood Like Magic, Order of Blood. I'm gonna go title Blood, Order of Blood, excuse me, submit. Let's see how bad I did on this. Your response has been recorded. View score. Yes, Toni Morrison's first novel was The Bluest Eye. I got that wrong. Which Kenyan author who received the first first African woman to receive Nobel Peace Prize was Wangari Maathai, who is the best-selling black. I knew I should have gone with Zane. Like, I wasn't sure if that had changed or not. God damn it. Michael B. Jordan acquired the rights to adapt Black Leopard, Red Wolf, and Kate Jemison is the only novelist to win Hugo Award 3 years in a row. Actor authored a graphic novel was Amanda Sternberg, who I don't know who that is. What was the father's name in Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart? Oh, he was the father. Author Francois Clemens, Mr. Rogers was the show he was on. Damn it. But I narrowed it down. Which country did best-selling author Tomi Adeyemi study in? Brazil. And the 2020 release was The Bones of Ruin. So I did horribly. How many questions was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 2 out of 10 correct. Now let's see how wonderfully I can fail at the other quiz, the Black History trivia. Okay. Harriet Tubman had respiratory problems, cystic fibrosis, narcolepsy, epilepsy. I don't know. Let's go with cystic fibrosis. Dr. Henry Lowe, Jesus, the creator of a cure for prostate cancer, hails from what country? Because I just read it. That? Who was the first black African to win a gold medal in the Olympics? This is a required question. Okay. Uh, the first black African to win a gold medal in the Olympics. Damn, if I saw them, I'd probably know. Gladys Bentley was a gender-bending blues performer during the Harlem Renaissance. What was Gladys's stage name? I think limbo dancing originated in which of the following locations? No idea, guys. I am learning new things here, or I will once I get all these answers wrong. The 1986 Nobel Prize in Literature went to which Nigerian playwright and poet? I can't think that Chinua Achebe would have gotten that. I'm literally just guessing. An infamous actor was once on the FBI watch list for their activism. Oh, Cicely Tyson. Who was the first black actor to win an Academy Award? That was definitely Sidney Poitier. Wait, there's Hattie McDaniel. But did Sammy Davis Jr. win an Academy? No. No. Who was a famous sculptor during the Harlem Renaissance? Wait. Damn, I know the women better than the men. I'm gonna leave it. Who was a famous sculptor during the Harlem Renaissance? No idea. I know nothing about sculptors. Who was the first black astronaut? Oh. Guys, this is my responses are shameful. Harriet Tubman had epilepsy? No idea. Dr. Henry Lowe is from Jamaica. The first African to win a gold medal in the Olympics was a BB Bakila. Gladys Bentley, stage name was Bobby Minton. Okay, so I remembered that right. Limbo dancing originated in Trinidad and Tobago. The 1986 Nobel Prize in Literature went to Nigerian playwright and poet Wale Soyinka. Which infamous actor was once on the FBI watch list for their activism? Samuel L. Jackson. So here's the thing. Maybe Cicely Tyson was too old? But I don't think so. I don't know. I could see her, but anyway, Samuel Jackson makes sense, but I thought, I don't know. I actually don't really know too much about his background. I just know that he started late with acting. Um, I think he was homeless for a while, and I don't remember. Was he in the service? The first black actor to win an Academy Award was Hattie McDaniel. Who was a famous sculptor during the Harlem Renaissance? Augusta Savage. The first black astronaut was Guion Stewart Bluford Jr. I should know that. So, out of the 10 questions, I got 3 right. So I failed this too. I like these. These were very informative. Um, Even though I did a horrible job, I learned something. So I'm going to keep this in there. I'm trying not to feel shamed for my ignorance. Yo, tell me you were recording. Tell me you were recording because I wasn't saying everything. Where is this thing? I don't know if this recorded, you guys. I am about to be so very annoyed with myself. Because I didn't record. Alright, well, I thought I did. I hit the record button. I didn't realize I would have to hit it once you open. I don't know. Y'all, so you heard what you heard. Answered 20 questions from 2 quizzes and only got 5 total correct. And a bunch of them were guesses. Some of them I second guessed myself with, which honestly, that's not a huge change in my life. But yeah, I'm still reading. What is it? Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. I do really want to finish that by Friday. I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll see. But my next Blackathon read will be Song of Blood and Stone by L. Penelope. This is also my next fantasy romance. So let's get it. Actually, I might pick up the Destroyer and or Shuri. I have that on my thing, on my phone. I have the Marvel Comics, and I might read Shuri just to make myself feel better. This is super long. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna... Yesterday, and I forgot there were daily prompts. So, reading update, and then we'll talk about that. I read yesterday mostly not anything to do with any of these readathons. Actually, I worked a lot yesterday. I have a new product line coming out next month, so I was working on that. But I did read the first 2 comics in the Shuri series by Nanette Okorafor. So this is the new one that came out in 2018, and I somehow, like, I knew this was by that author, but then I forgot, so I was surprised when I was reading it. I think I showed a clip of that. uh I have the Marvel Comics app, and in 2020, um I think partially in honor of the passing of what's his name? I'm really bad with names. Like, it's just I can picture the person, but yeah. So you know what I'm talking. Chadwick Boseman. Oh my God. Yes. Partially due to the passing of Chadwick Boseman, but also because people were going through so much in 2020. Marvel decided to uh, make available for free all of the Black Panther comics, as well as the Shuri comics and the Killmonger comics. These were the digital editions, um, through Marvel.com or the Marvel app. They also have another website, I forget the name, but links down in the description. I'm not sure as to the timing of things, the filming of this, that they're still available for free, but that's how I got all of those. I did have the Shuri comics before though. So anyway, they fit with me being in Team Sci-Fi and Fantasy for Blackathon, so I picked those up because I was not reading the other book yet. It was interesting. The second one in particular left off on a cliffhanger, so I'm definitely going to read more this month, if not this week. The basic premise is T'Challa, the king of Wakanda, and the Black Panther, he goes off with Manifold onto a mission into outer space in a ship created by Shuri. They go through a black hole or a wormhole. I don't remember which it is, but that was on purpose. She had built it so that they should be able to stay in communication once they go through the hole, but it did not happen. And time is passing, and you know, Shuri and her mom and the leadership of Wakanda are not sure what to do. Um, so that's the foundation. Should Shuri become the Black Panther again, because she has in the past, and all of this stuff? It's very interesting. I really enjoyed it. If nothing else, this could fit for the prompt of sort of black spirituality thing, because Shuri has the ancestors floating around and talking to her almost constantly in this. It's very interesting. So I did start Song of Blood and Stone by El Penelope. I only got to page 22 though, and I'm a little bit confused, but I like it. So as always, I'll give like a synopsis once I finish reading. But the main character, Jasminda, is being treated pretty shittily. She's an outcast. She's 19 years old, and life is not great, and it has the possibility of getting even worse, it seems. But I'm a little confused as to the guy. Jack has come on the scene, and I thought we were in one place, but maybe we're in another. I don't know. Because in the first chapter, like, Jasminda, she knows where she's at. So, yeah, I'm a little bit confused, but I'm going to keep reading because I don't know. It's compelling already and different already. I'm liking the folk tales at the beginning of the chapters, and there's like this chart thing. Like the prologue has this kind of Well, I mean, it literally says in the beginning, so it's like how the world was created, the cosmology, and that was interesting, and it ties into the folk tales told at the beginning of each chapter. So I'm enjoying it. Now for the YouTube prompt. So yesterday's prompt was about wearing a culturally appropriate outfit, um, inspired by a character. So I've done this before, but I don't think I have anything. I was very confused at first, but then I realized, like, as long as I'm wearing something by a black character, it shouldn't matter. So yeah, I'm not gonna skip this though. I don't know if I'll do another one. So what I did before moving over to the side, so I could put, I did one of my favorite books of all time, Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn. I did a cover recreation of Alice. Um, and so there's that. And I've never shared that. I don't think I got around to sharing it, but I really enjoyed doing this. It is awesome. As for another cover, I don't really know. Like what I have, let me think. Let me go look. Let's pause. So, this is my Goldie Vance outfit. And I'll put a bit of the cover. So, Goldie is the younger black girl and the main character of this comic series. And yeah, I got my pedal pushers on. I don't wear a lot of stripes, and I definitely do not have a, what do you call it, sweater vest. But this is the closest I can get with my green scarf. So yeah, Goldie Vance. I'm still reading this comic. It's fun, and it's a like mystery series set in like the 50s or 60s. And so each comic, this graphic novel I should say, so each issue is Goldie solving some mystery happening. There are paranormal elements in it, so it's weird. And I've got one more to share. Let me take a picture though. Alright, now this one makes me think of Binti Home, book 2 in the Binti trilogy. Please excuse the sounds of my Super's dog and him shoveling outside. So here's a side by side. I don't have an all blue dress. I do have an all kind of burgundy one, but I feel like this fit better. And yeah, the Binti series is by Nnedi Okorafor, and it is a sci-fi short story trilogy, though it does come in a bind up of all three. And we're following Binti, who is been accepted into the Umza University. Sorry, she's been accepted into Umza University, the first of her people to be done so. And Umza University is a whole planet separate from where she lives, so she would be the first of her people to leave her planet when she goes. And she decides to do so. Home is her first time coming back home after going there and the events of getting there. So, yes, my outfit's inspired. Oh, I never took off the green. And I didn't take my hair out, but it's outfits. So yeah, those are my outfits inspired by. Okay, so I'm gonna say this part really quick because the heat is coming on. My radio is about to start banging. Today's challenge is to draw or paint a character, an iconic character. Uh, I'm not that talented. And I probably should have started before now, like uh, Starla reads. But I'm thinking I might do kind of a recreation of this without the title. So this would be Jasminda, the main character of this. Uh, I don't know. I mean, there's always Alice from Let's Talk About Love. Can you tell that I love that book? If you didn't know, now you know. Um, but yeah, with this one, I've done lots of watercolor galaxy type things, and I think it would be cool to do similar here. I don't know how well it shows on the camera here, but there are stars and things in the background. Uh, so that would be a choice. But yeah, so we'll see later. It's snowing. I might go outside. Uh, but yeah. These might be daily vlogs. Because 2 days ago, I was like half an hour of just me taking the tests and updating. This is already like 10, 11 minutes and I haven't included the painting part. So, daily vlog? 2 vlogs? I don't know. I still haven't even uploaded last week's vlog. So we'll see how this goes, guys. Let me get off here. Hey guys, so it is Friday the 19th of February, the last day for the YouTube challenges and for Blackathon, I mean, and my self-imposed deadline. So, I've gotten no further with Oathbringer, and today it's due back, so I'll work on that some other time. I just don't have the capacity to deal with that. I guess I don't want to read it right now, so back to the library it goes. Alright, this morning I did finish A Song of Blood and Stone by L. Penelope, another farofeb book, and also for Blackathon. So this is book 1 in her Earthsinger Chronicles series. I checked on it after I finished. There are 3 novels and 3 novellas. The 4th and final book in this series is supposed to come out this August. So I'm going to put that on my anticipated releases. Even though I'm not going to get to it this year because I've got 5 other books to read in between that. But yeah, I enjoyed this. If anything, I'd probably give it a 4 stars. This, like, if I'm mentioning ratings in these vlogs, this is not the final thing. This is just off the top of my head. So in this, we're following 2 main characters. The one on the cover here is Jasminda, who has the magical ability of Earth Song. She is definitely an outcast in her country of Elsyria. She's an orphan, a 19-year-old orphan, who lives literally on the edge of the country, very close to the mantle, which is like this invisible wall keeping the people of Elsyria and Lagrimar apart and separate. So, countries have borders. This one has a literal one, though they can't see it. Anyway, Like I said, she is an outcast because she has a magic ability of Earth Song. And her people don't like her. So she lives off, not only at the edge of the country, but outside of the small village at the edge of the country, well away from everyone else, in a cabin in the middle of a valley by by herself, literally. So she had to visit the village for her mail. As she's heading back home, she comes across this guy who is injured, and it turns out that he is an escaped criminal. Um, he is being chased by a bunch of Lagrimar's soldiers. This guy turns out to be Jack. Jack was a spy, an Elsyrian spy who somehow snuck into Lagrimar and unnoticed, and he his disguise wore off, so he's trying to escape back to Elsira, and Lagrimarian soldiers are chasing after him, and they all kind of converge in the middle of this epic snowstorm that traps them in the valley where uh, Jasmina's cabin is. Jack has this super mission. He's trying to get back to the capital city and the Prince Regent and the Queen who sleeps. Um, because he's got something or some information. These soldiers are trying to stop him, and Jasmina is Jasmina, Jasminda. God, let me just make it. Jasminda, excuse me, is sort of caught in the middle. She's got her own issues, but she wants to help Jack because he and the soldiers don't realize they are actually back in Elsira, and she is surprised because how are people crossing back and forth between the very real, the invisible wall between the two countries. So it's very interesting. The magic was different than I expected. Um, then, I mean, I didn't have like major expectations, but it's more like it's different than what I've experienced before. The romance is okay. I think that's what I wanted more of in this. Like the second half of the book, we get more of the romance, but I didn't feel like there was enough of a foundation for it in the beginning. Like they're helping one, they're keeping each other alive. They save each other's lives, but and they feel for each other. Like, dude, that sucks what you going through. I'm gonna try to help you out, right? And there seems to be a budding friendship, but then all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but later on, it seems suddenly like, oh, I can't be without you, love, and I'm just like, I didn't get that in the beginning. Like they were attracted to each other, but the way it's described is like, oh, she's pretty and her skin is nice, and oh, he has red hair and golden eyes. I don't know. Like it seemed very like you look at a painting type of attr- uh, uh, attraction, not oh they're hot or maybe there's something about them that intrigues me. I don't know. So that was my biggest dislike of this. Also, I think the magic system I would have liked to be more explained. Um, but I kind of get why it wasn't. I feel like probably looking at the synopsis really quick for the rest of the series, we'll probably get more details. But those are the only things I didn't like, which made this a not perfect book. I saw the Book Refuge say that the next books in the series really get better from here, and I don't know if this is a debut novel, but this is really good. in general. I really like the world building. I like the characters, Jack and Jasmine, that I was struggling for the longest time to figure out whether Jack was black or not. Because Jasmine never really talks about his skin color. It's mentioned a couple of times that she is darker than he is. The people with Earth Song are definitely black people. And I get the feeling that they're not just like a little tan, a little, not a little tan, I don't know what I'm saying here. A little, anyway, let's just cut that out. um, but that they are like dark skinned black people, and it's very obvious when you look at them, you see their skin color and their hair that they have Earth Song, that they have those magical abilities. It's very easy to point them out and say those are the people with Earth Song because they look different. Um, so that was interesting. There were some continuity issues I felt, um, but otherwise this was very good. I'm very glad I read this. I was, as soon as I started it, because I wasn't sure, like I said in the beginning, about this one and the lesson, but as soon as I started this, I felt very compelled to continue going. I was like, oh, I'm into this. This is interesting. Let's keep going. Um, and so I still feel that with the rest of the series, I'm going to continue. So in case you're interested, the other books in the series do not follow them, like they're in it, but they're not the main characters anymore. Jack and Jasmine does. So you know, and I know. After I finished that this morning, I showed you a bit that it was snowing, and it is again, and we have like movie snow. But then I read Victor Laval's Destroyer, not the Destroyer. This was different than I was expecting. Like, I don't know. This is another kind of not a retelling, not a retelling, but definitely connected to Frankenstein. So I'm not even sure what to say this is about, but it's really good. Also very compelling. I love the artwork. So this is by Victor Laval. The artwork inside is by Dietrich Smith, and I'm trying to find something good here that doesn't get the story away. But so like the comic art is by Dietrich Smith and Joanna LaFuente a bit. But what I really love the art of is the cover. And this is 6 issues, I do believe. And so the individual issues covers are by Michaela Dawn. So, no, not that one. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So, these I love. Love. These are in the back of the book. So, if you find these individual issues, this is the cover art. So yeah, I love that. We're following the story of, I don't even know who, uh, basically, Frankenstein's monster has survived all these years, um, probably in the polar ice caps, which are now melting. But over the years, he has come into contact with human beings, and human beings just are shitty, basically. Um, they always want to destroy him and each other, and he's just fed up with everyone and trying to kill everyone. Um, then we have Dr. Baker, who is a black woman who has been intelligent all her life, has had higher than average intelligence her whole life, but white people didn't always believe it, and when they did, they would try to exploit it, take advantage of whatever. That includes a white woman, the director of the lab, who really found Dr. Baker to be disappointing when she decided that she fell in love and she got pregnant and wants to take care of her baby. And in the midst of all of this, right? So Frankenstein's monster scene again. The lab director is like, "Oh, we need Dr. Baker back." So she sends these two guys to get Dr. Baker, who's like, "F no." And you can't make me because I have a secret weapon, sort of, or I have a secret, I should say, in general. And this is like commentary on science, on science's effects on life, human beings' dependence on technology and science. Um, the idea of just because you can doesn't mean you should. This is also a commentary on how black people are treated in the United States, in various areas, whether it's science, in business, in at work, in school, on the streets. There's some commentary on police brutality towards black people, especially black males, and how black females are supposed to just take it and smile and turn the other cheek, or rise above it, because otherwise they'll be seen as a mad black woman. And how children are our future if we can let them continue to grow. So this was very interesting. This is very well written. This is the second thing by Victor Laval I've read this month, and I'm not disappointed at all. I liked it. I don't know what to give this. Uh, I always struggle with comic stuff. So yeah, I didn't do the art thing last night because I kind of fell into not so happy um, mental space, and I'm still kind of there. So by the time I just kind of forgot about it, and then by the time I thought about it, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I might do it today. And then the last prompt is to listen to the podcast and share some art, and I will get around to those two things. Um, there's an artist that I absolutely love, GDB, who I might read her comic next on Webtoon, I think. And then I have Everlasting Rose by Danielle Clayton, which obviously I'm not going to finish today, but I hope to finish this weekend. So yeah, that is my reading update. And I'm probably won't give another one. Like, I might tell you where I'm up to at the end of the day, but the rest of this otherwise will be just clips. So